tears, the grief, the anxiety, the anger with which they are experiencing at the moment is agony in the house.
Erastus, thank you very much for that report. Erastus Sasaidonko is our man in the Ashanti region. He's with Love FM, and he just gathered some information from the hospital authorities. Let me just summarize this quickly. We earlier told you the specific allegations that had been put out by the family of this woman who has died. The response from the hospital is, number one, this did not happen as the woman alleges, as the woman's family alleges. But they are investigating it. A committee has been set up. Yesterday, there was a meeting between the regional leadership of the Ghana Health Service and the leadership of the hospital itself. A maternal audit will be carried out. An autopsy on the body has been carried out. So the autopsy would tell us how she died, what exactly led to her death. The maternal audit will tell us what happened when she got to the hospital, between when she got to the hospital and when unfortunately she died. And then every detail of the story will be submitted to scrutiny. We'll hear a report which will encapsulate all of these issues, and they will be put out. Elvis Darko has joined us. Elvis is editor of the Find That newspaper. Elvis, welcome.
Thank you.
How's everything this morning?
By God's grace, life.
Yeah. It's quite unfortunate that we've heard the story from Kumasi of this woman's death. I don't know what your thoughts are about it.
Well, see, human life cannot be replaced. So when a human being dies, it's a very sad issue, and we all sympathize with anybody who loses his or her family. And especially when this happens in a hospital environment where the person is sent with the anticipation that the person's life could be saved. And maybe
Elvis, I hate to do this, but then we have Dr. Jakupoku on the line, the medical superintendent of the hospital. Yes, let's speak to him and get some more information before we come back to the studio. Doc, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Hello.
Yes, Dr. Jakupoku, thanks for joining us.
Yes, sir.
In the first place, from your perspective, what happened when this woman came to the hospital?
Yeah, I can confirm there's been lots of life here. A woman came here to deliver, was taken to the labor ward, and at a point in time, the doctor decided, or from what was happening, labor was not progressive, or indication that the woman should be session. And according to the doctor in charge, he sent the patient to the ward, to the theater. And around the same time, there were a lot of cases there. So he was on those cases, and then the woman was asked the woman to be put to the theater. And while she was on 2 cases, that delayed him. So later, when he finished, he called in the lady. And when the lady was sent to the theater, the patient wasn't done. In fact, just on the table, the nurses reported that the patient is dead. What we heard subsequently was that the husband of the woman reported that the doctor demanded an amount from him. This is the word of the doctor against the man against the doctor. It's a loss of life, and we deem this as a very serious issue, and we are going to go through all the administrative processes to investigate it.
Okay, Doc, how long did the woman take in the hospital before she was finally treated? Do we know that?
In fact, all the details will be known when we do mortality audit, and this is going to be done this month.
When a woman comes to the hospital and she has passed 7 days after when she's supposed to deliver her due date, how is that case treated? Hello, doctor.
Yes.
If a woman comes to the hospital, a pregnant woman, and she's 7 days past her delivery date, how is it treated? How is the case treated?
Depends on patient, we don't have any sample, and it depends on the doctor who review and the expertise of the obstetrics and gynecology. He may decide that you hold on for some time, observe. He may decide at once to go inside, depending on the condition of the patient. So we don't have a clear cut and that to be described. But obviously, when the post-dated, the doctor will find out what is actually happening, if there is a need to do. So the decision will depend on the patient's condition at the time.
From our conversations with medical professionals, we understand that normally when that comes to the hospital, it's an emergency.
Yeah, that is why I'm saying that the patient was not sent home. But in our case, the patient was admitted immediately and then started working according to. See, if the patient comes and he has other conditions, the patient is not well and other things, that must look at before you rush to do anything. Surgery is not a simple thing. Don't say that any case that can be sent to the theater. You look at all the circumstances around. That's why I'm saying that investigation is going to find out the circumstances of this case, and that will be very crucial for us.
But then again, surgery is not the first option, is it? You can induce labor as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, that we have to look at this. In case the patient spends some time, and what I know and I've read from the notes, labor was induced. So it's not just simple like the patient came and you will just move straight to the theater as being reported.
So if labor was induced, how come we ended up with the surgery?
If you induce labor is not progressive, the surgery becomes the last option.
So she had gotten to the last option point.
And still it's not coming, because you see, you are dealing with the baby, somebody waiting at the gate to come. And the mother's life will be in danger, the baby's life will be in danger. So you take the next step to do it.
Okay, so we had used a number of options and surgery was the last point.
Yeah, so it was not simply like the patient came and you were just moved straight to. And that's why I'm saying that we need to take our time, go through everything. This is not an issue to be judged on the radio, or just there's a mortality, that is first step. And then there's an independent body that will go through. In those investigations, we even go back to look at the patient's notes from the day the patient reported to the hospital to start attending antenatal clinics, and what was done all the way to the last day. You look how many minutes we spent at each point. So it's going to be a thorough investigation.
Normally, how do we determine how serious a case is to be treated? And when that case has to be treated, what's like the triage process like?
I don't understand that question.
If someone comes to the hospital and the person is not well, regardless of maybe the person is even a first-time patient, at what point usually are we able to determine that this is an emergency that has to be dealt with immediately? This is what has to be done.
Clinical judgment for the doctor. Even though we have our protocols, cases will differ from one to another. And therefore, when the patient has the clinical judgment of the doctor who is taking care of the patient and the circumstances. So we won't have a standard for everybody.
Okay, so a lot of it has to do with the judgment of the medical officers who deal with the case when it's brought to the hospital. Okay, right, thanks. You said that we are doing a maternal death audit and there's going to be there has been an autopsy and what have you. Have we
This is a procedure. In fact,
yeah.
When we report, we go through, we report within 6 hours, report to the higher authority about that institution, and then that is verbal. You call, and then within 24 hours, you must follow up with a written report, and within 7 days, you must organize a mortality audit. And within 14 days, an independent body outside the institution must also come. So all these processes are there, and you have to meet them.
Can you share the results of the autopsy?
In fact, the mortality and the other investigation will call for the patient's notes, including the result of the autopsy.
But the specific results of the autopsy, we'd like to have that. Yes, what were the results of the autopsy?
Once we receive it, that was made available to the committee.
Okay, you haven't received it yet?
Yes. It was done yesterday.
Well, Doc, in all this investigation, out of curiosity, what are we looking for? What are we investigating specifically?
It is the duty of health service providers to ensure that anybody who comes to the hospital receives the needed care, and we are able to bring the patient to normal. Anybody who comes here is not well, and we are supposed to. So it is important that at any point in service delivery, we make sure that everything is perfect. Life loss cannot be recovered. Sometimes it may be a system failure, it may be the attitude of the individual, it may even be due to the patient. For example, if a patient comes and you do everything possible and the patient says, I will not take the surgery, I will not take that, you can't force the patient. But it is our duty to ensure that it does it. So in all cases, we make sure a single life loss is serious. So we make sure that we investigate to find out what actually happened. We are still dealing with human beings. Even today, there are patients going to our hospital. How long can we continue?
Doctor, do we do this for every case? Do we do these investigations for every case?
Every mortality we investigate.
Okay. A specific allegation was made that some monies were demanded from the husband of this woman who died.
In fact, we need to all look at all these things. It's the word of husband is the doctor, and we need to go into it. It is important we get to the bottom of it.
Is it the case that the hospital authorities have denied this allegation? They have said it has not happened?
No, we have not. We have not. That's why I'm saying that what the man said was that he talked to the doctor. So we need to call, the committee will call the doctor and then call the man and then do further investigation. We have not denied anything.
Okay. When
the hospital authority were not there, what the man says is that the doctor called him to call. So we need to go through and then the committee, that is why the committee is available to investigate them. And I want to assure you that the hospital will not hide anything. This is a public institution. And we make as transparent as possible. We are here to save life. And it's our duty to do that. We will not. We make sure that whether the man was right or not, so we will go to the bottom.
Okay. Is this the first time this sort of allegation has come up?
Your line is going down.
Is this the first time that this sort of allegation has come up?
Well, you see, I must tell you, the whole of last year, we did it with maternal death. And we signed it. As hospital, we received a lot of complaints from patients, from doctors also against patients. And that's good. We deal with a lot of issues.
But is this allegation specifically, has it come up before?
The allegation.
Yes, an allegation that people are demanding monies.
Occasionally you will find out, somebody asked me to pay this and then we quickly go in and then we look at it.
And
but
what happens?
Not like this one that patient said he has corrected, and because he didn't pay them, I asked for this specific one like that. I have no restriction. Those are again as the head of this institution.
Well, so what's the punishment for it?
Well, we go through the disciplinary code. We have a disciplinary code again. You see, until proven guilty, we can't decide what the right path. But Ghana Health Service has its own code.
Okay.
After our investigation, we must refer to the higher body to have that code.
Right. Dr. Ejako Poku, thank you very much. She's medical superintendent for this hospital in question. Let me come back to the studio. So, now, Elvis, we've heard the allegation, we've heard the response of the hospital. What are your thoughts?
Well, as I said, losing a family or a loved one is a very difficult thing. So when it happens, we are all sad. And I must say that it is true that if you go to public or you go to hospitals in Ghana, you meet very rude workers. There are some who are like that. There are some who really don't care where that you are there to seek healing. We have those people in some hospitals. But the truth also is that we also have very good health workers in the same environment who also do a lot, even go beyond their own duties to help patients in circumstances. And I think that we shouldn't use individual cases to bastardize the entire system. We should just take issues one after the other and deal with it.
True.
And the doctor has said something, and I think that we are even going too far. He said at the time the woman was brought, the doctor who is supposed to attend to her was actually attending to 2 other women who were also in surgery. And he had to finish with that before attending to this woman. He just tell you about staff deficit. The doctor was there. He was attending to 2 other women, according to what the doctor I spoke to said right now, if that is the truth, that the doctor was on duty. He was attending to 2 other women in similar situation. If you leave those women and come to this one and they also die, we will complain. So the question is it that the doctor really didn't want to do his work, or it is the fact that he's overwhelmed with the work? If he's already attending to 2 people, as the head of the place has said, and another person has been brought in, do you leave those you are attending to go to this one? What do you do? So I think that once we will all complain because the loss of life is a very sad thing, we should go to the root of the issues. What is the system available that will be able to take care of you when you go there? It is not about we crying when the people die. More people are dying every day in Ghana. It's because they don't have access to put their information in the media or put it out there in social media for somebody to go and pick it up and take it up. People are dying every day. So we need to look at the broken down health delivery system in this country.
So for you, it's larger than this story.
That is the point. Okay. How many doctors do they have in that hospital?
Okay.
That's the question you should be asking.
Okay.
And how many people even go there in a day to seek for medical care? Do they really get the number of people?
What about this allegation of demanding for
No, that's why I said they should investigate it. But the question is, even the demand of the money, is it legal or illegal? Because I know that if you want to go to surgery in a hospital, you're supposed to deposit money to buy the equipment and certain things.
This pastor says that they called it a doctor motivation fee.
Oh no, if there's a doctor motivation fee, if that's what it says, it's different. But I've also met people who go to hospitals under the impression that because it is NHIS, every service that they should be granted should be free. But when you go under NHIS, you are clearly told that these ones are covered by NHIS, these ones are not covered. And if you go to a hospital condition that unfortunately is not covered by NHIS, you will supposed to make a deposit to cover the cost of whatever is supposed to be done to you. And I think that until we begin to go down in details, you see, when we don't address the root causes, these things will happen, we'll talk about it. Tomorrow they will happen again because the actual cause of the problem has not been resolved. How many doctors do we have in this particular hospital? Because the director of the place is saying that his information, checking records, is that at the time the incident happened, the doctor was already attending to 2 other women who were in a similar condition. And the 3rd person has been brought. The question is, should he leave the 2 women to come to this one? And if they also die, are we not going to complain at the same time?
Important questions.
So I think that we are discussing health because it's about loss of life and we are all emotional. But I think that we need to be able to look at things from the perspective of what are the root causes of the problem. We talk about it. The minister says everybody should be treated. Now people have been treated on the floor in Kolebu. We are crying. But the question is, when the order was given that everybody should be treated, did we ask what resources have been provided for the hospitals to be able to treat every case? We will not ask the question, but we said that the answer is given. And you go, it's okay. It's a government hospital. They say we should treat everybody. You have come. We don't have it. It's only the floor that is there, or it's a plastic chair that is there. And when we see the pictures, we are outraged. And the question is, have the hospital be provided with what they need to be able to do the job, and they are not doing it? It's a different question. That's why I said let's look at the issues critically. What are the real causes of the issues? Let's deal with it. The rude and bad workers in the system. Let's deal with them. And then let's give praise when it is due for those who are sacrificing and doing everything. I see doctors close from work, get home, and they are called for emergency. After working for maybe 8 or 10 hours, that doctor in the right frame of
It's a
mind.
larger issue. It's a larger issue, yes. But let me take this message, and then Enima will also give me her
Okay,
thoughts.
so Kweku from North Suntreso says, few months ago, I sent my wife who was in labor to the same Suntreso hospital past midnight. Unfortunately, the nurses refused to admit her with the explanation that she didn't attend antenatal at the said hospital. I was surprised and begged them severally, but they didn't mind me. My wife was later admitted at the Cath Hospital, that's Confanoche, where she delivered. So Quick was saying that he had pretty much the same experience. I think I'm really on with Elvis on this one. There's so many questions that have come up in this discussion, and it would be interesting. I don't want to have any conclusive thoughts or words on the issue because so much is under investigation and so much is not clear. I think it would be unfair to, jump the gun and say, this and that. So we're going to watch that space. But yes, the bigger question is whether our hospitals are resourced enough to be able to take on the burden of patient care.
All right. It's 20 minutes to the top of the hour here on the Super Morning Show. Enjoy 99.7 FM. I need to take these messages, then we'll do Corruption Watch. But listen to this.
So some people have gone to court. We are aware of about, I think, 4 cases which have gone to court. The courts have not yet determined them. One of them has been determined, and we are very happy with the results because truly the person has worked for government. He is owed the amount.
That was Auditor General Daniel Domelevo, one of the companies that was named in his report that sent shockwaves across the country earlier this year, has fought back. They have gotten a judgment in their favor, apparently, and that means that they can be paid the monies that the Auditor General earlier said they should not be paid. Those are some of the issues that we are going into today's discussion on Corruption Watch, and you guessed right, that's why Elvis Darko is here with us. Stay with us. This is the Super Morning Show. We'll be right back.
Greater Works 2018 from 30th July to 3rd August with host Pastor Mensah